Hi, folks. How are we doing today?
Doing fine.
Very good.
How about you? I ask you how you're doing. How
It-
are you doing?
It's another week.
Yeah.
It's like the older you get, the faster everything goes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And I'm having an interesting time processing that.
Oh yeah.
It's too fast, but yet it's not enough. And then it's too slow, and then all the things at once.
There we go. That didn't work.
So, hmm, will not let me unlock the waiting room. It's interesting. Hmm, don't know why. All right, I guess we're gonna go around and tell me what you did this week. Your go and grow, grow, grow and go. I don't know what it is. Yeah, will not allow me to unlock the waiting room. Okay, great. Okay, so Joey, since you were already chatting with me, how'd you do this week? What did you do?
Well, this week my regular job full time is being a cat adjuster with all the storms that
Oh
that
yeah,
have hit. So I haven't had time to do anything instructor wise,
but
and a bunch
um,
of us are on standby right now.
didn't you tell me last week business was slow?
Oh, it was slow, but when that storm hit, I mean, I know people from Florida all the way up to Virginia. And actually, North Carolina, I got a good friend of mine, can't get in contact with him. He lives in downtown Nashville. And another friend of mine, her sister has a restaurant down there. And I'm from Georgia. So Atlanta, Atlanta got hit, it got flooded. Valdosta, Georgia got hit, Florida. And so my whole time has been waiting for the call to actually go back to work. So it's not a good thing what happened to folks, but we're here to help when the bad things happen. Now they want people to go in the field, but I just can't do it. I did it up till 2 years ago and did it for many years. But to go into cities with no water, no hotels, no power, I feel for all those folks, and it's a disaster because I've been there many a times under those conditions. But I mean, I'm over the 65 mark, and my body just won't take it. You better be prepared to sleep in your car, and you better hope that you just get gas to keep your air conditioner going. So anyway, instructor wise, like I said, is you know got sidelined for this past week.
No, that is okay. Help as many people as you can out.
Oh yeah.
I know we have a lot of people in Florida in our group. I don't see them on today. Yeah, they're not here. All right, who's next? Trusted training. How are you this week?
Doing pretty well. We're on the central side of the state, so we didn't get hit with anything really. Um, no power outage and stuff like that. But from us west, nobody can travel out that way, so it's been pretty hairy. Um, I went to meet with the gun store that's opening inside of Charlotte, so their classroom. They currently have like 10 seats in there that are very comfortable, nicely set up. I told the owner if he doesn't mind, I'll bring in some more tables if we need to, etc., and make whatever changes. He's going to rent the room out to other instructors, provided that I don't have it. So I'm trying to make it his mind as best as possible without stepping on his toes. We started running Google and Facebook ads. I've never ran them before. I've watched a couple of the tutorials, and I don't know if I'm kind of too new at it to really see some success, or if that comes later on. But I think I have everything dialed in. I have my ages set from 18 to 62. Just because working with senior citizens can drag the rest of the class down. So I'm not going to turn anybody down, but also at the same time, I'm not going to market to that yet with that new classroom. And haven't really noticed much in the ways of it. I've had two conversations on my website. They sometimes, I mean, we'll get a message on there like every couple months, but we've had two in the last week. So I'm not sure if that's a fluke or if that's due to running the Google ads. But I've also been very active on outlying Facebook groups for the local counties around Charlotte. So if it's a bigger town and they have a Facebook group, I'll go through their rules and see if businesses can post in there. If they can, then I'll join. If not, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to be a jerk and try
Sure.
to promote anything. And even at that, even with promotion, I've been doing last week I did I guess what would be considered like a blog post for dry firing. And then this week I did a post for safe storage and how it applies to the laws here in this state versus others, and just why we should be doing it in the first place. So try to give people some value, and that got a lot more interaction versus me just posting like a graphic of, hey, we have 4 seats open for this next class. I usually put that in the comment section so people can look and scroll and see that. But when they see that post, they'll see the text. And surprisingly, people want to read the text versus if they see that picture or that video, like make like a nice video of everybody going to class and, qualifying. Nobody really gives a damn. They're like, oh, whatever. I don't care. That's boring. But they'll sit there and read stuff. I didn't think it'd be that way, but it is.
Um, Everything is asked backwards now. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. So you could just kind of gotta figure out what works. And I know for my ads, my Facebook ads, if I let me see if I can share this.
There you go.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah.
This is one of my best ads. There's nothing on it. There's no pictures, there's no graphics.
Mm,
There is a pretty big description in the text box, that they can go through and read.
okay.
But as far as the graphic goes, that's it. When it's too much, when it's some chick holding a gun or all the text is on there, it doesn't get good results for me. The less is way more when it comes to Facebook ads. And then my other ad for my free class is actually a video, kinda. It's only a video because it moves.
Mhm.
That's one of that's one of my I get way more results on that than I do like some, hey, come join our free training, blah blah blah. Like that's what really works for me. And it does move, so it does um it grabs attention,
I
but it's
remember
not obnoxious.
a while back you said you made a graphic as like the most simple thing. It just said VA CCW.
Mhm.
So I kind of like took your idea with that, and kind of like how this one is like a quick video. It was the same thing. The words kind of like phased in and phased out,
Mm.
just enough to grab your attention and watch it one more time and like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, he works with beginners or, whatever have you. So
Um, and then the most important thing I think on local ads is that you set it locally.
yeah, 25 miles is what I set it to versus where the shop is, because that still covers where I live and where my main classroom is. So I figured there's probably not going to be people coming from 25 miles on the other side of Charlotte once they figure it out, but I'm going to kick it out to them anyway and let them make the decision, not me. Because
Um,
uh, there
they
was,
you can advertise by zip code if that helps you out as well.
yeah, that was a lot. I felt like you could do either one or the other, and I felt like that was a lot of work.
It is a lot
Not,
of work.
yeah, like
It's
trying to hunt
crazy.
them all down. Because I mean, like I could market to a specific, two or three different zip codes over there, and that'd be, big money, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking for, I suppose.
You can run multiple ads
Hmm.
and divide your daily budget. Say your budget's $6 a day, run two
Okay.
ads and see what performs better. It's called
Okay.
A/B testing essentially. So they're very different and to
Okay.
see what runs better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You said you're doing Facebook and Google.
Yeah.
How many days?
33 or 34 days for both of them. I want to see like what we had better success with.
No, I'm sorry. How many days have they been running?
6, I think.
6. Okay, so for both Google and Facebook, it takes at least 7 days to like get the train started. Because
Okay.
especially Facebook, they're trying to. It should still be in like um understanding mode or kind of figure out your audience mode, and it stays in that for a
Oh.
couple of days. And then it starts like, okay, we get it, we get who's clicking on, and then it grows. So after a week, you'll start um, seeing more results.
Hmm.
And you've gone into your Google ad dashboard and you can see your results.
I have. I don't necessarily understand them that well, but
Nobody
I
does.
also, yeah, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because I'm not very computer literate, but I mean I'm not the worst off, but I mean my kids are definitely way better than me, of course.
I
But
know it's embarrassing. It's okay. Like, I feel
yeah.
you. Let's see. No, don't do that. Let me see if I can pull mine up. Then I'll walk through what I understand.
Yeah, the dashboard. I was a little worried about just trying to find somebody off of Fiverr. I know you've recommended them, but also you don't recommend anybody specifically on there. And I was like, that's kind of a lot to give over to somebody, This is my baby. But I guess it probably is just like a Google 5-star type rating type of thing with them where, they have experience with people where they're not going to just make
Yeah.
off with your info.
Yeah, I've had pretty good, only once did I have to like get my money back.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like a question, like they stopped responding.
Mm,
Um, all right, you can see my dashboard.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the gun shop that I deal with, he was telling me he was running targeted ads and what he was paying daily is what I started off with my campaign. I was like, "Are you what?" I was like, he's like, "Yeah, it's $100 a day, it's small little budget." And I was like, "My friend, we have different ideas on budget."
So yeah, when I ran my challenge last year, I think I
Mhm.
was spending $400 a day.
Good golly. Yeah. I mean, if
But
it
it was not
was,
easy. I cried every day, like, oh my God, I'm gonna go broke.
but you were making the business back out of it, correct? I mean,
So I didn't quite break even. I think I covered about 80% of my expenses.
Okay.
But it did what I wanted it to do. I built my mailing list up to 4,400 people, which was really what I wanted. And they're all instructors.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, if you're looking
that's,
for a target audience, that's awesome.
yeah. So, right, this one, I'm $5 a day on this one. I run a couple of ads.
Hmm.
Um, this ad is, I think the one I just showed you.
My ad, it seems to have like it let me select like 5 different things. And when I've seen my ad come up, there's all 5 different things up there. I was like, this is probably not smart to do that.
What do you mean 5 different things?
So like 5 different windows, I had like 2 stationary graphics, and then I had like um one like uh I'm sorry, 3 other videos of like people at the range or like
Like a carousel? Like their carousel option?
pretty much, yeah.
Have you seen your own ad pop up?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Do you understand it? Is it clear?
I mean, it's pretty clear, but it seems a little busy with all 5 of them up there. I thought they were gonna like choose different options for different, viewers, but it appears not for me.
Oh, I don't quite know what that means. So I have one graphic
Hmm.
and then I can make multiple ads. Like for
Okay.
this one here, let me show you this and then I'll come back and go over. Um, so this is my Bullseye Business Blueprint ad.
Yeah.
And I've made 6 of the same ad.
Hmm.
And they run and then I can figure out which one does better. So you can go here and just copy the ad, duplicate, and run different. That's where that A/B testing comes in. And then you
Okay.
figure out which ones work and which ones suck, and then you just turn them off up here.
Hmm.
All right, so let's go back. You were asking me about reading this. Okay, so for my live fire instruction ad, do you know what kind of campaign you ran? Do you
No,
remember?
no, I don't.
Okay, like sales traffic, like you're running traffic to a website, sales,
I think it
forward.
was. I thought if memory serves me correct, it was ticket sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just go back here to the last 7 days. Oh, well, that's not a fair number because I just put up that new ad. Let's do the last 30 days. Okay, so for my last 30 days, I have 355 people visited my site, right? So do you know if you added your pixel are you going straight to Dash?
On
Are you,
Google.
you're, I forget what your landing page looks like. You
Well,
have
we
a
got
full website,
yeah,
right?
yeah, we have both. We have the full site, and then we have Dash as part of our site.
Okay, so there's something called a pixel you want to add to your full website. And I would call Facebook and make an appointment and they can help you do that. That helps track your sales. I don't really love that Facebook is all up in my junk. Same with
Hmm.
Google, but I'm on their platform. So
Okay.
so this is important too. How much did that cost me for 355 people to visit my site? So it's 42 cents a click or a visit. That visit could last 4 seconds,
Hmm.
40 minutes, right? And then I spent $150 on it. So this is, and then the impressions is how many times your ad was shown, right? When
Okay.
you're scrolling, you're doom scrolling, oh, there's your ad. The person keeps going, right?
Hmm.
And then it reached 33,000 people. So 33,000 people saw my ad. So I will take a guess and say 33,000 people saw my ad twice,
Hmm.
right?
Sure.
Because that's where that comes in. And out of that, I got 355 clicks. So you want to be at like 3%. That's a good ad. Anything more than 3% is fantastic. What's 3% of 33,000? I think my ad is a little light.
Yeah, you're on 1%.
I'm at 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you click on, I really like to be at like 3%. That would make me super happy. Okay, so this is another important part too, like who sees my ad, right? What kind of people? So this is typically where I am. You cut your ad off at what? 60, what age?
62.
62. But most of my people who see and interact with my ad were 65 plus men.
Yikes.
So you have cut this whole part off of your ad. May want to reconsider that.
Okay.
And most of them, as you can see, is mostly men. 25% men, 7% women. And what's this one? 19% men, 5% women. So that's important information. You might, just like I said, like you have to A/B test. Like you just have to like be willing to suck. And it's okay. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you can do A/B testing right here. Or you can just run a couple of ads, whatever's easy for you. I just like running separate ads because the whole A/B thing, like it cross-pollinates and gets confusing for me. Let's see what else. And then I find on my Google ad, I have them going directly to my dash page, not to my website. So it's in what is Instructor Stash, livefirinstruction.instructorstash.com, right? It seems to be running much like there's nothing to look at. Here's the class, pick a class, buy it. So when I run them to just a regular page, and you want to be particular about what page you run your Facebook goes to, right? Where's my ad manager? Where are you directing traffic? Like just to your home page? That might be okay. Let's see here. So here's where I have them going, right? Here's my website, but I have them going somewhere else on my page. I don't have them coming here. I
Okay.
think I have them coming here because it's clear. Like, here's our classes. Not here, figure it out. Where do you want to go? So I have them going to a real particular spot on my page. Because this is what I want them to know. This is what I want them to see. And that's my instructor's dash insert here. And you said you started the blog?
No, I didn't start the blog. It was just posting the same thing in different groups and then
Just
posting
post
it
it on your dash page.
Yeah.
Just cut and paste it in.
Yeah.
Take you 5 minutes. What this does, remember what this does, it gets all those
The feelers.
the feelers on your site. Yeah. So the more content, the more text you have, the better you're going to be. And just putting it everywhere. Is that helpful?
Very. Very. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay. Who else? I have some new faces here. Al, are you new?
Yes, I am. Yeah, in fact, I joined the group, I don't know, a few months ago, but this is the first night. It's usually something going on at 7 o'clock or 7:30 Monday night. I've got some other businesses that I run too, and I do coaching, and so sometimes I have sessions in the evenings and stuff. And really, uh, I just wanted to tune in to get an idea of what went on during the sessions here. I've read some of the postings on the Facebook page and some other places, and in fact, I've got a separate website that that's been inactive for a few years. It was with GoDaddy, and I forget they were changing from, geez, I don't know if it's WordPress to something else or from something else to WordPress, and they gave us a certain amount of time to do the transfer over because I built all my pages and whatnot, and I missed the deadline. I was tied up with some other things. I think I was working with some folks that were going overseas, that their companies were going to give them guns, but they weren't going to give them any training. So, somehow I missed the deadline, and it's just trying to get back into action. I haven't done that yet. So I've been concentrating on my, especially my coaching business, and thinking about the adding this as a part. But then some of the people in today's society, we have a whole mixture of attitudes about guns. And so a lot of the people that are business oriented, they don't, like, well, Loudoun County, I don't know about Fairfax, some of the eastern counties. I'm up here in Winchester and Frederick County, and you cross the mountain and a whole different attitude about guns. So I'm wary about what I combine together. But one thing I was wondering is when you're talking about the ads and whatnot, what do you use to collect the contact information?
We use Go
Landing
High Level.
page, or
So we have a sales funnel.
email you back information, or say, hey, like September 30th class or something?
I'm sorry, you
Am I
came in
asking
and out. Can
that
you ask
right?
me that again?
Yeah, as far as how do you capture when people want to sign up, how do you capture their information? Like for the coaching, I've got a landing page or a lead capture page, and I was wondering, and I don't use Facebook ads, and so I was just wondering how you capture their information to get back to them.
So it's a great question. We use Go High Level.
I'm sorry.
We use Go High Level,
Oh, okay.
GHL. We use Go High Level for everything. Um, so we ran, what kind of coaching do you do?
Business and also success and life coaching.
Okay,
I have
so
a very mixed background,
that's okay.
and I'm a realtor also. But just going through life, and you get to be my age, you come across a lot of stuff, met a
That's
lot of people, and picked up a lot of information, and get different licenses and certifications and stuff. And so now I feel, well, instead of working for somebody else, I can use all that knowledge for myself. And so that's again kind of balancing act between what I can combine from one to the other.
Yeah. Okay. So we use Instructor Stash, which is a platform. So you don't have
Mm.
to you don't have to build your website and stuff again until you're ready. We use instructorstash.com. I own that, just to be forthright. Um, so it's software just for firearm instructors. Well, you can be any instructor, built, any course or class you want to put on there, you can. But it does all our scheduling for us, so you don't have to go back and build a website if you don't want to.
Okay, I think I remember reading something about that several months ago. Now that you mention it, yeah.
So it's
That's-
just um, it's a really simple way for instructors, any instructor, to get on and get selling like right away.
okay.
And we also have an affiliate program if you're interested in that with your clients. We can talk about that later.
Okay, yeah, that's an idea. It's, like you say, I think you mean to kind of something about everything is tipsy-turvy nowadays, or upside down, or whatever. So
Ass
it's
backward.
ass backwards. There you go. I like that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
Well,
it's yeah, strange.
you said, where are you? You said you're in Virginia?
Yeah, up in Winchester.
Okay, well, I'm in Manassas.
Yeah, it's something I noticed there like months and months ago, and then when I saw your ad, oh, Fairfax. Oh yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, it's almost two different worlds. I know when I walk into the county clerk's office up here for my concealed carry permit, the first time I did it, it's like kind of, well, what kind of reaction am I going to get? And just, the clerk behind her goes, oh, okay, I'm here to get my application for my concealed carry permit. "Oh, okay, well, we need this and that and blah, blah, blah. And you're very matter of factly and no big thing. I don't know if I get such a reception, east of here, or as we say, on the other side of the mountain. So again, the attitude varies quite a bit depending upon the locale
It's true.
that you're working in.
The closer to DC, the more
Rarefied the air is.
Yeah.
One way to put it.
yeah. Okay. Well, reach out to me if you have any questions. My phone number's everywhere. Just Google live fire
Okay.
instruction. You can give me a call and I'll help you with anything. And if you want to talk about an affiliate program, we can do that as well.
Yeah, because I've been getting a lot of people that I worked with, a few years ago. I haven't been doing any advertising, and it's kind of like real estate, getting referrals. Oh, do you still teach firearms classes?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love it. With everything else going on, it's always like to get back to the guns. They're always a lot of fun. And especially with women, because the guys, you get the guys in there and, oh, I'm a man, so I know everything there is to know about guns. Then you get them in the class and come to find, well, no, they don't. But the ladies are a lot of them are very scared. They're, oh, what did my boyfriend or my husband get me into here with these guns? And then by the time they fire the first shot, it's like, well, nothing broken, nothing, no blood or anything. And the grin starts coming across their face and
Sure.
they start having a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. If you're in town, let me know.
Will do, definitely.
All right. Who else are we going through? Gary, you look excited.
So can you hear me now?
There you go. Hi.
Okay, so I'm pretty slow at this, and man, I'll tell you, you guys are talking so far above my head with regards to everything that you've got going on with the Instructor Dash. I've been out there just a little bit, messed around a little bit. I utilize the USCCA registration page, okay, simply because it's kind of available. It's right there. It's pretty simple when I schedule classes and such. I live in a pure red state, and I never in my life would have thought, I live right here in Oklahoma, right across the border from Texas. Okay, so I think I said before, every man, most women and most children all have played with a gun. Okay. And like Al said a minute ago, every man seems to think he knows everything he needs to know. But I've had some quite interesting experiences here lately. My business is for what I consider what I want to do. My business is taking off like wildfire. And I am really having somewhat of a difficult time trying to keep up with keeping enough stuff out front that I want to keep out and keep things moving, because it's not just about, I mean, we're a constitutional carry state. 85% of the people carry constitutional carry. They really don't understand the law. I teach the law I'm pretty stern about the law when I teach the law. So, but I a whole lot like Al, I love teaching the women, such better students. And I don't teach to large classes. Okay. Being a range officer as well and running my own range here at my facility, to be honest with you, I don't want any more than 6 people on a range. I generally keep it to 4. And generally, I spend enough time with those 4 is almost like individual time with each of them. Okay. Everybody else kind of steps back and watches. I ask them beforehand, hopefully that won't embarrass them. Okay. I'm not there to embarrass them. I'm there to help them. And man, it's just been a really great experience. And I have people calling me back every single day. My phone is ringing off the wall, wanting me to give them additional classes. Um, but there is one class that I'm really big at. We set it up today, and it's a 30-person class. It's a 2.5, what we call a 2.5 hour mini class, and it's all about real estate safety. Okay. Does not, I barely mention guns because just like the rest of you guys, some people don't like to hear the word guns and some people get scared of it. Right. So I mentioned guns a little bit. I use a whole lot of less lethal force stuff, but, you would be surprised at the things that are actually going on in the state of Oklahoma right now with the schools being shut down because of threats. As of today, I'm fixing to open up a curriculum and training for encountering mass shooters.
An active shooter class?
Yes, ma'am. I've got about 3 days of personal instruction that I need to go through, that I will, as well as some additional qualifications and stuff. I will, encountering an active shooter, and how to counteract all of that. So I'm pretty excited about moving forward with that. Therefore, as I start building all those things, I have a real difficult time getting into all the advertisement that I need to do. It's just coming at me so fast right now.
Sure. So how are you getting payments and stuff? Is everything going through USCCA now?
Actually, most of my payments are coming cash at time of delivery.
Okay.
'Cause I like that a lot better. Okay.
But do
I
you have people like not show up?
Actually, I have had one person who had pink eye.
That's okay.
Yeah, I had one person who had pink eye. I didn't want him there anyway. Actually, I knew the fellow. I really didn't want him in one of my classes because I felt like he would be kind of a disturbance to the class a little bit.
Interesting.
Because he's an ex-military guy that thinks he really knows a whole lot of stuff. And I don't play the Rambo part, although I can. I've Ramboed as much as the rest of them, but I don't play the Rambo part. I play the blue jeans and boots and button-down shirt kind of guy. Okay. And it makes people a lot more comfortable, but I have not had a payment issue. And actually I charge more than anybody else does around here. I mean, I get $125 a class. And that's 6 hours of classroom time, and I allow for 2 hours out on the range. But normally it doesn't take that 2 hours with each individual student, and every review that I have had has just been through the roof.
All right. So if you would like a one-on-one with Instructor Stash, be happy to set that up with you. Go on your page and hit help, and it says like make an appointment, I think.
Yeah, I saw something from you the other day about that one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, right now, I'm trying to find the time to be able to do that. I mean, I took a little bit of a break this afternoon, and kind of just rested for about 45 minutes. And the next thing I knew, it was time to get on this, and I'm just like, here we go. My day is full, so
It keeps you young, keeps you moving.
well, there's no doubt about it. It does keep me moving. I spent about 5 hours at a gun show yesterday, a huge gun show, over 1,200 booths. And my girlfriend is working with me because I do so many ladies, and my classroom happens to be on my property, in a second home that I have here. And so I ask that she's there, and it actually, I feel like it helps them feel a lot more safer.
Sure.
Okay. I don't want to ask a woman to come to a house out here in a rural area to take a firearms class and there not be someone, and I call her an associate instructor. Um, but my plan is for her to take on, some gear and gadgets for women, how to conceal carry for women. And so we spent a lot of time, 6 hours, about 7 hours, at this 1200 booth gun show yesterday. She spent a lot of time with a lot of vendors, looking at their purses and their concealed carry gear. Hell, I spent so much money yesterday. I mean, I'm gonna have to teach for 3 months just to stay up, but, I think it's gonna be a great thing. I really do. And I'm eventually gonna get where you guys are at, but right now I'm having a hard time keeping up.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Could I ask you a question?
sure.
Yeah, so Gary, so what area are you located in out there?
So I live in a rural area, which is, 6 miles across the Red River outside of a town called Marietta, Oklahoma, that is
Hmm.
10 miles west of Marietta. Okay. And I live on a horse ranch.
Okay.
I have a 60-acre horse ranch. And
Oh, wow.
everybody out here hunts, everybody out here has guns. Everybody grew up that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, and not take up a whole lot of time here. And I was a resident engineer at the FAA Academy out in Oak City for about a year,
Uh-huh.
putting in a new training system. And the installation manager that worked for me, he was big into guns.
Right.
So I was supposed to be out there for 4 months. It turned into 9 months because of problems from previous things. So I ended up taking some pistols out. They did some reloading when I was out there too.
Yeah. Well, I
Very
ran
friendly.
I ran into a guy today, who just lives a couple of miles away from me. He's a big gun guy. I was at the gun store, met up with him. I told him, that I was one of the things I was planning on doing was having some, fun shoots, for experienced gun guys, right? Doing like, dueling targets, right? Having dueling trees up and everybody pools up 30-40 bucks, right? You jump in on the dueling tree and you have 10 or 15 guys in here and you have $400 or $500 and we shoot through the dueling tree and we do a 50-50 on it, right? All right. So you win, you get 50% of the cash, other 50% of the cash goes to the tree.
That's
You
funny.
know? So and all these people are they're crazy about it. They're crazy about the idea. Tell me when you're going to do it. And I said, well, hell, it'll be all the way out in November because that's how far I got before I can schedule anything. And I'm fixing to, along with, countering the mass shooter, I'm fixing to do some, very short distance AR fundamental, kind of shooting, coming through the window kind of thing, shooting actually active shooters inside of a room. I'll build all of that stuff and, it's like a 60 round, it's like a 60 round run from one end to the other. And I'm going to put a timer clock on you, you know?
Thank you,
And
Gary. That sounds, you're ahead of me. Congratulations.
it's just like fun stuff to do. So,
Oh, well, I don't have 60 acres, right? I have
uh,
about a 12 by 12 backyard.
I got a lot of room. I can shoot 750 yards precision rifle off my back porch. So I have a lot of fun. I get to do a lot of things here.
Thank you.
All right.
Will, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. I did a class this weekend, which went well. I normally teach my basic classes 2 hours in a classroom and 2 hours on the range, but I've got to rent a classroom. So this weekend I combined it all and I did everything out on the range. So I felt a little discombobulated doing it. I need to take some better notes and and have some 3x5 cards just to keep me on track. But I got some good feedback from it.
Okay,
They
say that
liked
again.
it.
You taught everything on the range?
I taught everything on the range. So I got rid of all the PowerPoints and had some handouts, and it was a small class. It was only 2, so we were able to get close enough where I could show them what I was talking about.
Okay. Did you
my-
like that? Did you like not having the classroom portion?
I like not paying for the classroom because that would have been an extra $75. Since it was such a small class, I only broke even.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't work. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. That's why I condensed it. My big problem is I'm having a problem marketing. So I was teaching a basic class on Sunday. There was another instructor teaching another basic class at the other end of the range.
Mhm.
I charge $50 for my classes. He charges $175, and he had more people than me.
Mhm.
In fact, his people kept coming over to me thinking I was him, and I have to send them over there.
Mhm.
So I've done Facebook ads. I haven't done Google ads yet. I've got flyers and business cards out. I need to figure out what my marketing is.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. I think for what you want, I think where are you again?
I'm outside of Boise, Idaho.
Outside of Boise, Idaho. Okay. What does it take to get a permit there?
Well, we have 3 different levels of it here. So you've got constitutional carry. Anybody over the 18 can do it.
Mhm.
You've got your concealed weapon, which is a 4-hour online class, and then you go to the sheriff's department and do the background. And then you've got the enhanced concealed carry, which is an 8-hour class with a legal portion taught by a lawyer, police officer, and live fire training.
Mhm.
And that one is reciprocal to 39 other states.
Mhm.
So there's every fire instructor in this area tries to do the enhanced concealed carry.
Mhm.
I offered a class, I had nobody sign up for it.
Mhm.
So I've kind of backed off that, and I'm trying to focus on just new shooters right now, because after a little research, there's 4 to 6 million new gun owners every year,
Mhm.
and 40 to 50% of those people have anxiety or are nervous about what they're doing.
Mhm.
So the 2 people I had in the class yesterday was a father and son. The father had inherited the guns 10 years ago when his parents passed away, and they sat on a shelf
Mhm.
because he was too nervous to use them.
Mhm. So are you NRA or USCCA?
I'm USCCA.
Okay. Are
I'd
you
love to do NRA also, but there's no training counselor here, and I have to go to another state for 3 days to take the 3 or 4 classes I need in order to get that.
well,
And I just don't have the time or the money to do that.
sure. If I had enough people, I would come there. You said Boise, right?
Yeah, Boise.
Yeah. So my daughter's brothers live there. Yeah, see, I would come. If you want to put something together, I'll come out.
I'll look at it, but the USCCA is pretty big here, so there's a whole lot of USCCA instructors. The
Okay.
problem with that is Oregon, in order to teach their class, you have to be an NRA certified instructor.
Mhm.
And I'm 50 miles from the Oregon border.
Okay. Well, let me look at something real quick. NRA pistol instructor shooting course. What's your zip code?
I'm in Cuna, which is 83634.
There isn't any.
Yeah, I've reached out to a couple on their website that says there are some, but nobody has responded back to me. The closest I got was about 300 miles away in Oregon.
So, Enterprise, Oregon?
Yep,
That's your closest one.
that's the closest one. And from what I understand, there's like 3 different classes I have to take before I can take the CCW instructor class with them.
Yeah, that's a 3. That's a 3-stepper.
Right. So, and with USCCA, it's one 2-day class, and that's why I did USCCA.
Sure. So just to be a basic pistol instructor is only 2.
Mhm.
Do you have to be an NRA CCW?
I don't. I want to be able to offer that Oregon portion.
So I don't know the law there, but I don't think you have to be a CCW instructor to teach that. You just have to be a
Right.
pistol instructor.
Right. Yeah. All it says is that you've got to be an NRA certified instructor.
Yeah, so you don't have to take the 2 additional classes, just the basic
Okay.
pistol and the instructor course.
Okay. Because
Um,
I've taken the home defense course through the NRA before. That was the first course I ever took working towards a certification.
Uh-huh.
What kills me is these classes. I'm a retired police officer, so honestly, I get a little bit bored in all these classes because they're going over stuff that I
Sure.
lived for 20 years.
Sure. Um, I would run a Google ad, not a Facebook ad.
Okay.
And I would run it about 25 miles from wherever your classroom is.
Yeah, I've been doing 50 because it's a metropolitan area with about 3 different counties.
Oh, yeah, then yes, absolutely. So here's the thing, if people will drive that, if it's like a regular thing for them, like here in Northern Virginia, like people commute 50 miles every day. They don't think twice
Right.
about it. So if that's a normal thing for you, then I would spread it out. But I would run a Google ad to that area, and I would call Google and have them help you set it up. It's free.
Okay. Then how much should I put towards it? Because I've just got limited funds right now. I'm funding this myself.
Yeah. So even if it's $2 or $3 a day, you can just get it running. Do you have a website?
I do. It's rtcfa.com. So my company is Right to Carry Firearms Academy. So it's RTCFA.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
Thank you. I did that myself. That's GoDaddy.
I like the thing I look for is a call to action right away. And you write when somebody signs on to your website, they should be able to register for a class right away.
Right.
And it
Yeah,
should be,
and
it goes to USCCA.
Yeah, the calls to action are all new. I just took an entrepreneur class, and that's one of the things they told me. So I put call to actions almost everywhere. I
Yeah.
almost think I overdid it.
I register now, call to learn more. Your call to learn more didn't work.
I'll have to
Email.
have to look at that. So generally, when it says register now, it's because I have an actual class that they can register for. Everything else is call now or email us now.
I think that's fine. I lost it. Where'd it go? Here it is. On your USCCA page, is there a place to put your website?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Yeah, I don't see that. And also on here, I'm sorry, let me
There is one. There's a URL spot
Okay.
on the page itself.
yeah. Okay, so I would change these graphics up and just
Mhm.
make them, if it's a different event, they should be different, like
Just different
fundamentals,
graphics.
women's.
Okay.
This should be a picture of chicks, right?
Okay. And I've got those because
Yeah.
the majority of the students that I've had are women.
Okay.
I've got to take that one off. Nobody signed up for it, so we canceled it.
That's crazy.
I thought I removed that one already.
That's okay. So, yeah, you don't have any classes booked. So if you don't have any classes booked, it'll stay up there at 0. Oh, you have requested date. So that's part of
That's something that USCCA does if you don't have a class active.
right. I mean, Instructor Stash does it too because we want you to stay active. So as a customer, if I come here, I'm like, oh, they don't have any dates. So I would leave.
Right.
So I would just put dates up, even if like nobody comes to them or there's 0 or you have to reschedule it. It doesn't matter. You have to stay
Okay.
like active.
Yeah. The range I'm using is fairly booked up. So I'm thinking, and it costs. So I'm thinking about going to another range in the next county over, which is free. I just don't like that range.
What don't you like about it?
it's uncontrolled, and so I've been there with students before, and someone tries to jump on the same in the same area that I'm with, and I have to shoo them off, and they don't like it. And
Oh,
then a guy killed his best friend there a couple of months ago because they weren't following proper safety protocol.
it was it was an accident.
Yep.
So go to bed. I'm sitting there on a.
So
So
I
I
really
don't
like
know
this
how long
picture.
that
This
range is going to
great.
be like that before the county takes it over and starts controlling it.
Okay.
What happened?
All right.
Oh, one guy was shooting and the other guy was messing with the rifle, trying to figure out what was wrong, and it was
That's
loaded,
what-
and he pulled the trigger.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about being at a public.
Oh, I think he's on a call. I like your site. I think it's great. I would put active classes up here.
Okay.
And because when I go here, there's nothing to click on.
Okay. I'll
Like-
get something else up there.
Yeah, even if I would just put it on like a reoccurring, like every other Saturday or whatever. And if somebody
Mhm.
registers, then if you have to make adjustments, then you just do that. Like
Okay.
it's no big deal. The student doesn't know any different. Oh, we have to go somewhere else. Okay. Okay. They're just gonna say, okay.
All right. I can do that.
Yeah. And then you can call Google. Call Google to work on a website. And they should have a promotion now. Like oh, now it's $1,500? Holy cow.
Yeah, it was 500, but you had to spend 500.
Yeah, this is
So
probably
I didn't do it.
this is probably the same. You're not committed to, well, the last time I read this, you're not committed to spending $1,500. It's just over
Mhm.
time, then they give you $1,500.
Okay. Got it.
I would take it. I think it's great. See, and then now they just want you to talk to them. Here's the form.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. Spend 500 ads. Oh, they put a time limit on now in 60 days. 1,000, spend 1,500, get 1,000, spend 3,000, get 1,500. That's new. That's not terrible. So that's $250 a month in ad. What's 250 divided by 30? How many is that? How much is that a day?
Now you want me to look at a calculator?
$8. So that might be a little might be a little high for you. It's
Right.
$8.33 a day. But you know, I've been watching a lot of stuff this week and my whole speech this week is pain and sacrifice. Like going to the gym is a pain. It's both a pain in my time and in my body and in my budget, right? But what are the results of that? The results are is I'm healthier, I live longer, I have less chronic pain, my waistline is better, I'm in a better mood, right? But all of that takes pain.
Right.
And my kid likes this place called Crumble Cookies. Anybody ever heard of that? They're overpriced.
Yeah, we've got one here.
Yeah, they're overpriced cookies, right? I think at one cookie is like $7 or something. Like
And 12,000 calories.
and 12,000 calories. Right. So on Monday, she likes to go there and get this little 3-pack of minis, right? They're like this big and they're like $10. You get 3 cookies, they're this big, they're $10. And I have one kid, so she's rotten. And I was thinking, I was driving home and she's eating her cookies or whatever. And I was like, I spend $40 a month on freaking 12 cookies. Like, that's crazy, right? And if I do that for the whole year, that's $480 on crumble cookies. And I was like, I could spend $500 on ads and make $3,000. But the sacrifice is like I spend time with my kid. Like it's an experience. We go to the shop, we pick them out, we we wait in line together, we taste them, and then she eats them all. And it's like a core memory for her, right?
Right.
A mom took me to the cookie shop every week when I was in 9th grade. So that's my sacrifice is I'm going to spend $40 a month on 1,000-calorie cookies. So it's like the same thing, like in our business, like I'm being stretched as a business owner like I have never in my entire life. I run 3 businesses. I have 3 rental properties, where 2 of them are duplexes, so I have 5 doors. We had to evict somebody last week, which was heartbreaking. I hate doing that. We have another lady a single mom with 3 kids who hasn't paid her rent in like 5 months. She owes me like almost $6,000. So you have to start making these business decisions. I mean, she doesn't pay the
Right.
rent. I have to cover the mortgage, right? I have to pay for that. That comes out of my pocket, not out of the rent. So that's
Right.
another pain, right? And then I had to go into this beautiful house we redid. We evicted people and they trashed it in like 6 months. We just spent $25,000 on new floors and walls and it was trashed. And then my training business has slowed down. I'm not sure why. I think the market is shifting because some things, and I think the market is becoming a little bit saturated in our area. So I have to
I think
pivot.
that's everywhere though. I was talking to my USCCA rep yesterday and she said every instructor is having a hard time right now. I think it has to do with the economy.
So I have to go in and figure out what do I need to do to pivot, and that is another pain. So I lowered all my pricing and it made
Mhm.
0 difference, which was crazy to me because I lowered it significantly. I went from $165 a class to like $124 a class. And I ran ads to it and it didn't make a difference. So I put them back up. Like, so all of that stuff is pain. It's sacrifice to get where we want to go. Like I work 10 or 12 or 15 hours a day to get my business back up and running, and especially Instructor Stash. We're going against humongous companies with unlimited marketing budget.
Mhm.
So I have to put in the sweat equity, right? I can't hire an agency and pay them $1 million to go run ads for my business. So we have to figure it out ourselves. And all of that comes down to enduring pain and sacrifice to get where we want to go. I'm 45. I don't want to work at 65. I saw some guy who had to be 80 years old walking into McDonald's with an apron on. I'm like, that should be illegal. But all this comes down to sacrifice. Like everything we want costs something. Time, energy, money, relationship. No more sugar for you
Mhm.
because you want to drop 20 pounds or whatever. Everything is sacrifice and it's painful and I don't like it. And if I don't do it, I'm gonna be working at McDonald's at 80 years old because I didn't do what God put in front of me, the opportunities they put in front of me. So we have to figure out how to fund our business. Training in general is pretty, training and coaching in general is a pretty low cost business to run, right? We work out of our kitchen. We already paying for internet. We're paying rent, rent for the classroom, lane fees, books if we need them, ammo, guns. I mean, and ads. That's what all of you are going to use Instructor Stash, so you're going to pay for that too, right? So, but all of that costs something, and we have to figure out what we're going to sacrifice to cover our costs in growing our business. So I sold one of my houses to fund Instructor Stash. I sold a property. to put money into another business. That was very difficult for me to do. And I have never shared that publicly, but I sold one of my units so my business could run correctly and efficiently and well. So that's my speech for today. Everything costs something, and it's usually painful. And one side of pain, people like to give up. That we as Americans in general we like to be comfortable. Our houses are AC'd, they're heated, there's $800 of food in our fridge because we went to Costco and bought 14 tenderloins because we can, right?
Right.
So everything, we have to figure out what the sacrifice is and to work through the pain and to suck it up and work the 12 hours that we have to so we can get where we want to be. I'm trying to be like Al, right? Stay home, do coaching. Like I did coaching during COVID. It was great. People made me very upset because you work so hard to like, this is what we're doing this week and this is where we're going, and they wouldn't do anything. And then they'd be like, well, I didn't do that. I was like, okay, I can't make you do it. I'm not going to do it for you. But this stuff, they didn't want to put in the sacrifice and the time. And it's painful. The pain is painful. Like my kid runs cross country. I haven't seen one of her meets. I'm going to go next Wednesday, but that's my first one because her meets are on Saturday. I've been teaching on Saturdays for 9 years. So it's part of the cost. And when we want to be entrepreneurs in any aspect, we have to push through that pain and do what we need to do so we can be who we want to be, who God has called us to be, to influence our community, to protect families, to educate. And I'm really preaching to myself because I'm tired. I do all of this for free, right? This doesn't cost anybody a dime because I want to give back because God has blessed me so much. I want to give back to people who are coming up the ranks, and that's painful in time, and that's okay. So my word of the day is pain and work through the pain. Figure out how to cut costs and pay for things you need, advertising, ads, Google ads, and it's okay. That's all I got. Anybody else?
The people nowadays, well, didn't do
Hey,
census.
Al, start over. You're breaking up a little.
There's something wrong with tonight. They're doing work in our area on cable. So, as you were saying, so many people nowadays, they complain about so and so not doing enough for them. Where they really should be asking, what have they done for themselves that day? But that seems to be more and more remote kind of thinking in a lot of sectors nowadays. But if you really put forth the effort, you do pretty much anything you want to do. So you mentioned 45. Well, I had planned to well, I don't know. I thought about retiring or, thinking about 65. Well, I'm a little bit beyond that, but I enjoy coaching. I belong to a couple of vet clubs, play with the guns and this and that, and, giving back all this knowledge that I picked up over the years. And like you say, helping people get started and come up the ladder and, accomplish their goals that they're going after.
Absolutely. Do we know Dunlap? Is he new? Are you new? I don't know if I know him. He's not there. That's okay. All right. Anything else, anybody? What do we got? Anything? Okay. I want to tell you we will have class next week, but not not the 14th. I am teaching an all women's thing that day. So not the 14th. Just keep that in mind. I will make a new event reminder in our group. If you have missed any of these trainings, they are on Live Fire Instructions YouTube page. So just go to YouTube, type in Live Fire Instruction. They'll all pop up. I think we are on 8 weeks now doing this. I think that's all I got. I can't think of anything else. Anything?
Lisa, keep up the good work. You do excellent. I really appreciate it. I know most of the people here appreciate it as well. A lot of us will go back and watch these afterwards. So you might not get feedback right away, but it is appreciated that you do this. It's not something you have to do. So for someone like me who's only been in a couple years, benefit from you who's been in a couple more, and you know, hopefully it continues on. Thank you.
I appreciate that very much. Guys, that's all I got. And if you need anything, my phone number and emails everywhere. Just give me a call. Okay?
So
All
much
right.
for doing these. Everybody have a great evening and a great week. And get
Yeah, thank you so
get some
much.
guns dirty.
Yeah. Al, you guys can go if you want, but Al, I wanted just to ask you, what kind of coaching do you do? You said business?
Yeah, business coaching, and then there's a new organization. Well, not new. They've been around for about 12 years, and I just got associated with them about 5 years ago. And it's our motto or mantra is to make people matter. And so it's a different. We get into personality coding.